Welcome to Morning Markets on Monday the 3rd of February. You will have seen the news overnight that the Chinese stock markets have opened significantly lower. I want to say that this is just a normal reaction. We must remember that China has been closed for an extended period of time post the Lunar New Year holidays. It's interesting to observe other markets in Asia are actually slightly up this morning, so that gives you an indication of China has been catching up with what has been happening in the rest of the market and in global markets over the past week. The other things to note today, we saw the PBOC, so that's the central bank within China, inject significant liquidity into the money markets over the weekend, again to ensure that the system continues to function well. It's important also to think about this in the context of what it means for economic growth in China. Clearly we have seen significant closures of businesses and an extension of closures of businesses into a further week. This will have an impact on Chinese economic growth in the first quarter of 2020, something that we will continue to observe over the course of the coming weeks. Interestingly, we had the Chinese PMI for the manufacturing sector this morning. What does that look at? It looks at sentiment from in manufacturers. There was a slight improvement, but I really want to caveat that we shouldn't read anything into this number at all, given that this was predominantly taken before the impact of the coronavirus was seen, i.e. before the Lunar New Year. Last week we spoke about economic data that was coming up. During that week we primarily focused on central banks and their actions and the statements that they would give. We have a very different economic agenda this week, focusing much more on the manufacturing sector, so this is purchasing managers' indices. Why is this important to observe? It gives an idea, a snapshot of how businesses are thinking currently. This will be an important week for those numbers, with numbers from a number of the European countries, the Eurozone, and also into the US. Thanks again. Join us tomorrow for another update.